Hello everybody, me Mutahar. Today we're talking about a PlayerUnknown's Battleground. I have a long compilation of things I want to say about it, so I figured let's get to it today, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know what PlayerUnknown's Battleground is, it's the hit success where you have 100 people fly out into a map, they scavenge for resources, and then they choose to kill each other until one team or duo or single person survives in the end, winning a chicken dinner. And it's quite possibly one of the most exhilarating gaming experiences I've had in a while, especially when it comes to multiplayer. The idea being dropped in with your friends, surviving in this huge open world for, basically being the last person alive, the last person out of all of it. It's amazing. It's like being a sperm and winning the birth lottery. You know what I mean? It's a fucking big deal. But as great as a game it is, it comes along with some issues that really need to be highlighted, and frankly, I had to get this stuff off my chest. So last night I was trying to stream the game, and there were some huge issues with the game on a technical perspective. And I know the game is early access, but there are other things I need to talk about. And early access to me really doesn't hold any weight because guess what? Today every game in the fucking gaming industry is early access to an extent. But the thing with PlayerUnknown's Battleground is it's a game that's great, but it almost feels like it's having this Fez effect for me, where the actual development team behind it, or the developer, Bluehole, is sort of becoming a little bit like a Phil Fish to me, where you got some egos being clashed around, and frankly, the guy might rub you the wrong way, but hey, the game is just so damn good that you gotta play it, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't argue against not playing PlayerUnknown's Battleground. If you want a really good experience, go hit it up. For me, it all started from just playing Danganronpa of all things 2 months ago, and reading the Battle Royale manga and actually getting to play the game over here. It's been an amazing experience. Now, what am I exactly talking about with this developer behind the behind the game? You know what I mean? For those of you who don't know, Bluehole, an independent developer, made Battle Royale a blazing success on Steam, actually managed to topple down some of Steam's top charters, which is no big feat. Toppling Dota 2 or Counter-Strike Global Offensive and putting them into a lower place than anything but one is a big deal for any developer. So for Bluehole to do it, congratulations. It's a big deal. But at the same time, being one of the successful games out there, it needs to hold its success or else other people take over. And that's sort of the big thing about today. Now, for those of you who don't know, Epic Games, one of the big AAA publishers, actually ended up making their own version of Battle Royale, Fortnite. It has a Battle Royale component too. You can download it for free on the consoles and the PC, and I played about a match or two on it, and it's not bad. It's got this sort of crafting type deal with it, and honestly, it has some exhilarating moments too. I think it's just a genre to really attribute to that as well, the gameplay type. So it's been a fun experience as well, but you got the developer over here, Bluehole, calling them out for copying. Look, if your franchise or game genre gets popular, there is nothing stopping other developers from copying it or mimicking or creating a battle royale type game. If it's a popular genre, people are going to make their games on, and I guarantee you in the next coming months or years, you're going to have announcements from Ubisoft, EA, Activision about their own battle royale type video games. They're going to try doing it. If these developers have done it on mobile games with Clash of Clans and Lords Mobile and whatever other fucking game with the streaming app icon, they're going to do it on the PC and consoles as well. It's just it's a simple matter of business. But alongside that, one of the biggest things that I've had with PUBG is I've had the game since launch day, since release basically, and up to this day there's been a lot of problems with the game on a technical perspective that I know it's early access, but it's been hitting me like crazy. For example, for about 30 minutes last night on stream, I'm trying to debug a problem of me having to connect to the game, and apparently it has to go with me going into the services settings on my task managers, completely killing off Steam, doing a whole bunch of things, running the thing as administrator to the point that I don't have to do, and it seems like the developer is more focused on calling out developers, throwing its weight around, using the ego that it has built up from just being an indie game to really push that around rather than fix their own game. Look, I get that people might copy your title, and that's all fine and dandy, but instead of throwing your weight around, how about you fix the damn game and make it more than, what it has been for the last several months? I know they're working on new content, new things, but it's to a point where the current stuff actually has to get sorted out. I've been clipping on walls and shit. You don't have a vaulting feature yet? Look, you know how many fucking fences there are in the game, and my character can't vault? Like, what the hell's that all about? You realize how many firefights I've been in? and been fucked over because I get clipped on a piece of grass doesn't make any sense to me, ladies and gentlemen. It drives me insane. Alongside the general performance issues, which I've been seeing on other computers, I don't put myself in the same performance category because I carry high-end parts and shit for work. So if I start lagging, I'm fucking deathly afraid for the majority of PC gamers out there. But alongside that, one of the weirdest things that I've been noticing too is reading the Steam negative comments as well, is that people apparently have been banned for something called stream sniping, which is a pretty shitty practice in of itself. For those of you who don't know, basically, think of it like screen peeking. You find out where your streamer is at, because they don't have a fucking delay, right? So you find out where they are on the map, you go to them and you waste them, simple as that, stream sniped. It seems a lot of people are getting stream sniped upon the request of actual popular streamers themselves. So basically, if you're streaming the game and you have some form of a following, complaining to Bluehole might actually end up getting anybody you want banned off the game servers, and frankly, it's pissed a lot of people off who never stream sniped to begin with. Thing is, there's no proof for this kind of stuff, and Bluehole going out of their way to appease streamers really rubs me the wrong way too. It just shows me that the company is more focused on spreading out its game and making some money and frankly doing all that kind of bullshit rather than actually supporting the team that really supports it. You know, the gamers, the people that end up buying the game. The millions of the people that are playing the game on a daily basis aren't getting really supported by the actual developers themselves. Stream sniping is a pretty shitty fucking thing to do, but hey, there's no easy way to fix it. If you're streaming the game, guess what? You put yourself at a fucking risk, and if you're gonna complain about the risk, then don't stream in the first place. Very, very simple rules to follow, okay? I don't know how much clearer it can get. But for Bluehole to go out of its way to start banning people for this fucking reason, it doesn't really show me any form of goodwill from this company itself. It seems like whatever success Bluehole has is slowly dwindling away because of having his giant clouded up ego and frankly not fixing the game that they've released in the first place. And this is their only game really, by the way, too. It's not a bad game, certainly the best out of its genre, but at this point, because of the popularity of PlayerUnknown's Battleground, you're going to see every other developer make their own PUBG style game. And in the end, let me tell you, some of them are going to be better. In a way, Fortnite's already succeeding, in my opinion, in certain aspects, and PUBG succeeding in its own aspects. How long until somebody like Rockstar, some big AAA group comes by and makes their own game and completely demolishes this one away and ends up creating a title that none of these can compete to? What's going to happen then? The only way your game survives is by actually developing it, by actually fixing it up, patching it out, and generally making goodwill with the actual community that surrounds it. You don't want people who play your game on the millions of player bases completely getting aggravated at you. It just doesn't make any sense. And appealing to streamers and people who are just showing your game off just shows a little divide in what you really want to do. Do you want to make games, or do you want to advertise and just turn this entire thing into a money pot? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. That's what I had to get off my chest. I've had it building up for a month at this point, playing this game on and off. Let me know what you think about it. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.